There is a side to healing when we're facing financial challenges, relationship challenges, work challenges, addiction challenges that most of us don't like to go into, that most of us don't like to work on, but it's one of the most crucial keys if we want to become that ultimate, fully realized individual, that person with the highest level of human consciousness possible. You're going to have to do something that we really don't like to do. And what is that thing that we all try to avoid? And that's looking at our role in the dysfunction of our life. We love to point our fingers. You know, my mom and dad did this. My former husband, wife did this. My current husband, wife does this. My current boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, current girlfriend, ex-girlfriend does this. And so we want to continue to project blame, right? The reason I'm, struggling is completely due to the economy. That we want to continue to project that we have very little to do with any of these things. And there are many people that live their life trying to figure out, how can I escape blame? How can I escape responsibility? How can I escape, right? And most of us do that. Instead of looking in the mirror and saying, okay, my last X number of relationships sucked and they all ended. What was my role? What was my role in the failed marriage? What was my role in the failed engagement? What was my role? What was my role? What was my role? You see, if we start focusing on that more than the other person, we can change. Because in all dysfunction, we have a role. And I always say this to people, unless you've only dated one time and the next day that person had an affair on you, that's probably the only way in the world you can say you've never had a role when someone has cheated on you. Now, that might seem a little extreme, but it's not at all. I've been doing this for almost 50 years as a counselor, coach, and so much more. And people will come in and say, I had nothing to do with the affair. My husband went out and cheated on me. And then a month later, I'm working with the wife, and she said, well, I denied him to be intimate for the last 6 months. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Why did that happen? Because I had a resentment. And did you try to work through the resentment? No, I didn't. All of a sudden, she looks at me and says, I guess I had a bigger role than I thought. I said, yeah. We can blame genetics. My God, we love that. It's not my fault I'm an alcoholic. I have the gene for it. What bullshit. That's all I can say. That's complete nonsense. My God, I have the gene as well. Easily proven by my family history. And I chose to stop drinking over 30 years ago. So I have to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I can have the gene for it, but I'm the one that put it in my mouth. And if I didn't put alcohol in my mouth, the gene could not go off and ask for more and more and more. You see, this part of healing is one of the most important, or the most important part of healing you could ever do, is to quit projecting blame on the world and look at your role and take care of your role. As you continue to examine, wow, I didn't know I was this codependent. Wow, I didn't know I really had this long of an addiction. I've denied it. I haven't, at work, I keep blaming my boss, but at the same time, I drag my feet. I don't get shit done on time. See what I'm saying? Let's mature. Let's grow. And if I can help you, this is called emotional regulation, by the way. If I can help you at all, because it's not easy. I have a therapist that I work with to make sure I take responsibility. Oh my God, I have done so many stupid things in life that I wanted to project on the other person. It's always their fault, whether it's a broken relationship or it doesn't matter, and then when I'm working with someone, they go, but David, what was your role? And I say, I didn't have any. And a session or two later, I'm looking at the 6 or 7 things that I did have a role in: the broken relationship, the lost career, whatever it might have been, the addiction, Yeah, David Essel had a role in everything. Listen, I'm offering everyone a free 20-minute session on the phone. If I can help you even begin to look in the mirror, because it takes a very strong person to look in the mirror. Your self-confidence and self-esteem will go through the roof when you start to look in the mirror and take responsibility for whatever little role you have. 10% of the dysfunction or 80% of the dysfunction, it doesn't matter. Understanding you have a role and working on yourself to eradicate that role is everything that I'll do with you, okay? Free 20 minutes. Go to the website, talkdavid.com, davidessel.com. Sign up at the Contact Us page. My team will set up the free call ASAP. And at the same website, 5 of our top 16 best-selling books are there for free. Let's rock. No more excuses. Look in the mirror. I'm with you all the way. You know that. I'm David Essel. Have a great day.